Alright, I've sanded my second coat. I still have some more to do on it, but it's looking pretty good. I got a little bit of blending in here to do. This side's blending in pretty well. It's still got a little bit of ripple in it, but that's to be expected. I think I might have to actually break out the longboard to do it, or at least maybe the mid board. Let me grab that. This little board right here, I might be grabbing it to do this, to kind of go up and back and forth like this, do my little X pattern. Now when you're doing that, there's a couple of options for doing it. You can push towards up, or you can push down when you do it. The thing is that when you're doing this, the body flexes. Let's see if I can show you. The body flexes. And with the flexing comes issues of how straight this is going to be when you're doing it. So you have to sand lightly, which means you're going to have to sand more often, or it's going to take you longer to get it straight. But I just thought I'd let you be aware of that when you have a large panel with basically nothing behind it, you're going to get some flex. Now this one isn't going to really flex that much because it's round, and being round, it's got some rigidity to it. Also, it's in a triangle pattern here, so you're not going to end up as much flex. Where this one, it's a nice long panel, nice and long, and when you push on it, there's no crown to it, so it flexes easily. So that goes into the factor when you're actually doing your sanding for your body filler. So keep that in mind, that you can't sand too hard. Now when you first start out, yeah, you can sand a little harder to knock the tops off and get that little plastic coat off the top. That's fine. It's when you get a little closer to actually getting to where you want it to be that you need to slow down and not press as hard. So anyways, that's just a little sanding tip there for sanding larger panels that are mostly flat. So with that being said, I'm gonna keep on pressing on. I'm checking my layer here, as remember I was telling you your ruler can be your friend, and it doesn't have to be just going crossways. It can be doing flat too. And you can see where it's matched up really good right here on the edge, and then I got a little bit of dark area right there all the way up to here where it starts to match up on the edge again. So obviously I'm still a little low on the filler here, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more on. But I thought I'd show you that. That's another little technique you can use to help find where your lows and highs are, other than your guide coat and just kind of guessing and feeling. You can use your ruler, and it will definitely help you out. So let me get some more filler on it and get back on it. Well, I'm getting ready. I started to put some primer over it. It's gonna probably rain in the next couple of days, and I gotta go to work, so I don't have time to play with it. So what I've decided to do is go ahead and put some primer over it to protect it from the rain like I normally do. And I've never actually shown you me painting, so you get a nice good 50% overlap. Like that, and then you come back in about 10 minutes and you can put another coat on it. I think since the sun's going down, as you can see, it's pretty much on the horizon. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put another coat on it, and then come back in 10 minutes and put another one on it. So anyways, here the mama's coming out, the missus. So I gotta wait about 10 minutes and I'll put a couple more medium coats on it. So I guess that's pretty much it for the next couple of days here. And you can see the line is still a little jagged up in here. It's got a little ways to go yet, but it's coming along. It's got some dull area here, which is fine. I mean, this is just a rough out, but it was a lot worse than that before I put the filler on it. And break it down quicker, I decided to go ahead and use 80 grit. I primer it up and or 80 grit and then probably 120 grit, and I'll check my lines and stuff. If all looks good, then I'll throw some primer on it and then hit it with some 220 and see what it looks like. Obviously I've got a little area to do here. There's a little dimple in this area, flat spot here, so but it's just being roughed in right now. Let me get it to focus. There we go. Alright, tubes, we've kind of redone the door and stuff. We've taken stuff off the back because we're not up there right now. We can just throw a blanket over that. We threw the taillights on it just for fun, just, you know, kind of motivate us a little bit, and it's looking pretty good. We put about 90% of the interior back together because we're not going to really be on the inside anymore. And really, looks like my neighbor's having fun with a hammer or something. So anyways, we just gotta redo this a little bit, or I should say keep working on it, not redoing it. We're still working on it. It still needs a little bit more here. It's actually quite thin. It doesn't look like it, but trust me, it's pretty thin. There's no Bondo over here, and there's Bondo here, so you can tell, you know, it's not that thick. So anyways, we're just going to keep on sanding. I just thought I'd give you just a quick weekend check up on it. And oh yeah, we did one more thing to help keep the dust out of the interior. We just threw some trash bags up in there, and we actually tucked them up under the seal, so when the door closes it'll actually hit the seal too. And then for any overspray, we put some tape up in here because we only spray paint when the door is closed, and we were getting a little bit of overspray up in this area, which will come off easily, but you know, why have to worry about it when you can just throw some tape on it. And make sure we didn't get any overspray up on the door. We threw some up there just in case. So there we go. Hey guys, I want to show you a little thing that I've been looking at here, and one of the reasons that using straight edges or rulers are a really good idea for doing your work. When I'm doing this job on this quarter panel here, in order to keep from hitting the door right here, sanding, I have to actually have the door open. So following this, when I put some body filler on here, I was looking down the line, and I don't know if you can see it or not, maybe not. I thought that the line was going down and then curving back up, so I thought I was low here and I needed to add some more filler, and I still may have to. But when I closed the door and did some more inspection on it, finding the edge right here, I went ahead and went over here and I made a mark where the peak of the door was, which is where the peak of this seam is supposed to be. And looking at it a little closer, I noticed that I had my peak up here. So I used my straight edge to go down and mark all the way down to here, and then follow it down here, and I noticed that I am actually high on this edge here. I don't know how well you can see that or not on the video, but definitely high right here. So that's one of the reasons you need to use straight edges when you're doing body work, especially when you have a peak or a panel or something like that, because you're going to want to be able to make sure that everything is smooth and transitioned well, especially on something like this or on the edge here where you want it to be straight. So like if this area had been blended with another piece of panel or a patch or something, you definitely would have wanted to use a straight edge to check it. So anyways, that's just another little tidbit. We're still working on it today, and that's kind of where we're at for right now. The top part up here has been done. We're working on that. We still have a little bit down here. We have some up here on top that we need to do. Specifically, let's see, go down the line and you can see there's like a couple spots right here where we just didn't get it straight enough, so we're gonna have to go in and like build this up right here in these two spots. Then we'll go down here and we have we have just a little bit of a blending to do in here, a little bit more work. It's not a lot up here, but I want to hit the hard spots first, which is here and right here in this transition area down here. So anyways, we're pressing on. It's just a little short video on that. Keep watching, and we're keeping on working it. God bless y'all, and Keith Nunn out. Bye.